What would be the harm?
That seems like a statement that we're going to come to regret.
Yeah, probably.
Welcome back. We are literally weeks away from our big trip this summer, and I'm going to make a few more adjustments to the bike before we go on that trip. So what that means is that today's episode is a return to Randy's Corner, because I need Randy's help with a few of these things. I've got the tour pack is full of some goodies, which I'll give you a sneak peek of. So I got a whole bunch of Thrashin parts that we're going to throw on. And then this is a little special treat that I'm going to show you what that is when we get there. Also, that special treat I started to do myself and screwed it up, which is why, one of the many reasons why I need Randy. And really, you know what? Everybody needs a Randy. And I'm just very thankful that I have one. So I'm going to roll the Randy's Corner intro. While that's going, I'm going to ride over to Randy's house, and I will catch up to you when I get there. So let's go for a special Randy's Corner episode. All right, here we are at Randy's Corner HQ. Randy's doing some prep work here because, of course, I screwed up my order and I'm missing something. I didn't order it, so I'm going to show you. But while he's doing that, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to change the foot controls on my bike and go from the stock setup to the Thrashin setup. So right here we've got. I'm going to do the big one is the adjustable brake pedal. It's going to give me some flexibility on where I want that brake pedal to be. Stock-wise, and I'll show you here what it looks like without me on the bike. You know, it sits up a little bit high, so the adjustable brake pedal is just going to let me kind of find the sweet spot of where I want it to be. And then here I'll show you what it looks like when I'm on the bike as well. So when I'm riding, foot's like this, it's a brake, I gotta do this, or here to here. So we're gonna adjust it to make it a little bit less of a reach for the brake pedal. And then also gonna go to the Thrashin heel toe shifter, which is what Randy is prepping right now. So we're doing some parts swapping. He actually ordered the short shifter, so he's gonna put that on his bike, and then I'm gonna have the two long ones, and then I owe Randy money. Okay, while we're getting that set up, I'm going to show you the special thing that I teased earlier, that little, really nice little special touch to this bike, and it's in this package right here. Yep, look at that. I had these made. It's pretty awesome. This is the timer cover, so this is going to go here. So we're going to pop that on, and then also have primary cover here. So we're going to pop those on as well, which is going to look really awesome. I, of course, already tried to do this myself and screwed it up and stripped this bottom bolt. So one of the primary reasons that I'm at Randy's Corner HQ today is Randy's going to help me fix that. Just again goes to show you why everybody needs a Randy. So all right, we're going to dive in. Randy's I think almost done with that, and we're going to dive into making the foot controls. We're going to start on the shift side first, and then move to the brake pedal, because the brake pedal is a little bit more difficult. There's a pin underneath. That in theory would be easier to do if you took off the exhaust, but that's a lot of work, so we're going to try and get around that. So easy side first, and then get into the difficult stuff. So let's go. Yeah, that goes off really easy. Don't damage my nitrous tank though while
Yeah,
you're
I'll
doing
be-
that work.
we'll be careful working around the
Yeah,
nitrous.
please.
Remember how it was? I haven't done it.
The heel
toe.
heel should go on the outside, right?
I think so.
Because of the primary.
Yeah.
So that's all. So you literally just pick the angle.
Yeah, you
There's
pick it
not
yourself.
like there's no setting. You just do it kind of wherever.
Yeah, wherever. So I mean, I'm gonna like put these on here.
Yeah.
And then
Figure out.
and then not. Yeah, and then figure it out.
I'm looking forward to having the pegs on here. A little Thrashin logo, which is cool.
Yeah.
The stock one works, but eventually the rubber, it's already started to wear down. I mean, this is 8,000 miles in, so it's not like it's hasn't gotten its use, but this will look nice. Just, for the comment section, Thrashin, it's made in the USA. All right, so like Randy said, we're just getting this thing kind of staged in here. Got the rear peg on, and I put the front peg on, and then we're gonna adjust this. I'll probably get on there and put my foot up there and figure out where everything goes, where I want it to be. Probably adjust this maybe down a little bit. We'll see when we get there. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing about these bikes, just the air cleaner. I mean, now we've got the 511 cam in here, which is awesome. But I told Nate that. I was like, there's a bunch of other cams. You can go as crazy as you want, but the power difference, even in just the slip-ons and the air cleaner, was awesome. And then I don't know, that 511 cam is so nice. It's so rideable and still has the power.
Yeah, and that's you just want whatever cam you buy, you want to buy the one that's for how you ride, not. Don't worry about the highest horsepower, and don't worry about the unless like you drag race.
Which apparently everybody does. I have been asking in the Facebook groups lately if there's some secret Harley street dragging that I wasn't aware about, because everybody's really concerned about their top speed for some reason, and also their horsepower numbers. And it doesn't matter what you put on your bike. Somebody's always got 3 more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you really care that much about that peak horsepower number, just put it on a shirt, and then so everybody knows. None of us have to ask. We'll just see, like, oh yeah, that's Bill. He's got 743 horsepower on his Road Glide.
Yep. Takes 10 minutes to get going, but
That looks really nice.
yeah.
I should have cleaned my bike before I came here.
What? What? Wash your bike? You're not gonna do that.
I did actually clean it, but I didn't do a very good job on my primary. Clearly.
You like to clean the parts you see.
You know what? I think it's been ridden. I'm sure I rode it in the rain since the last time I washed it. I'm sure. There we go.
All right. See, that's the easy one. So now we're happy.
All right, there we go. Thrashin shifter arm, heel toe. Ignore the dirty motorcycle. But it looks good. Really nice heel toe setup. And just so everybody knows, I got the regular length on both. I've got size 12 shoes, so I wanted to keep, I needed room on the floorboard. At some point I need to get new floorboards, but after, we're going to grind these down a little bit more.
That's the 1 inch shorter one.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
For comparison.
Yeah, so here you go. Here's the 1 inch shorter. As you can see there is 1 inch shorter. So if you've got shorter legs, smaller feet, you can get a shorter one there. You can also do that on the back. So it gives you some options between all these different versions. So, all right, that's that. Now we're going to the brake side, the adjustable brake lever, and figure out what we got to do with this pin and how difficult this is going to be. So where's the pin that we have to take out?
So it's right here.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it is back there.
Yeah, and then so the clip is on the other side, the engine side, and that is what allows you to actuate the master cylinder right here.
Yep.
So.
Okay, I see.
And I'm sure that there's a way to get that.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Hopefully, I'm gonna bring this the brake pedal down here a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to get to. And again, I keep looking. I actually don't mind the stock floorboards. They're nice. They're comfortable. I'm gonna get something with a little bit different style, but again, not until after this Colorado trip, because you can see I've already worn down this side pretty good, and that's gonna be it's gonna be even more worn down. So I've made the mistake before of getting new floors before a trip to Colorado. Not this time. That's gonna be a post-Colorado trip upgrade. I don't really feel like on this bike that I could see, like, yeah, it'd be nice to have it be a little easier, I guess, but it's not like something where I'm like always battling the shifter. And I find neutral really easy on this bike.
Yeah, I don't have an issue finding neutral on my bike either.
But I think you're right on the shift linkage on the long one. It would be nice to have like a little, just something that looks a little bit nicer.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just went. I could grab all the tools I need,
Ahead of time?
ahead of time.
No, why do that? That's too easy.
Need to get my steps in.
Yeah, gotta get your steps in, back and forth. All right, floorboard's off. Now, the challenge begins. All right, Randy is working on trying to figure out the pin situation on the brake pedal, the brake arm. So I just figured I'd show you this. Here's that primary cover that I had made, and it's gonna go. Got the 117, and then that will go there, which looks pretty awesome. I think that's gonna be sweet. Can't wait to get that on there. I'll drop a link to the company that makes these in the video. Somebody I heard of through Professional Monkey. I think he did his too. And I'm totally blanking on the name right at the top of my head, so I will drop the link in the description. But that's going to be sick. All right, we're still navigating the brake arm here.
We're so close.
And like I said, there's this pin that's kind of on the back side that you have to pop out. You said it connects to the master cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the most difficult part of this, and really the most difficult part of this is trying to do it without taking the exhaust off, because the exhaust is right in the way. But that's a whole other thing. We don't want to do that. So we're going to continue trying to sort this out.
I keep pushing it away from me.
It's probably tough to see on the video here, but the pin is on the back side there. You just have to grab a hold of it, pop it off. And it's just a little bit tedious to get there, but we'll get it. Ah! I thought I had it. I did move it though.
Yeah, it's almost out. There has to be a better way.
Each time well, okay.
It's almost out.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I had it. I think I did actually get it out a little bit farther though.
6.5 hours later.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes!
There you go.
Success!
This was so easy.
So easy. Good thing there's no timestamps on this video.
And there we go.
All right, sweet.
There Right, and that's where she's gonna stay forever.
Just gonna use my front brake from now on.
You have linked anti-lock brakes.
It's fine. It's totally fine. All right.
Okay.
Stock brake pedal's off. The brake arm is off. Now we're gonna throw the Thrashin one on. And I generously use the term throw because I think we're gonna have to wrestle with that pin again on the backside.
We'll figure out something.
The progress has been made.
What would be the harm?
That seems like a statement that we're gonna come to regret.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so we've lined up. There's 3 little notches on the back. We've lined that up. What position are we in?
3.
In the 3rd position, which should be the lowest position. And then we're going to pop it back on there to see where that sits. All right, we got the brake arm base back on there, pins back in there. Everything's coming together here. And then we're going to put on the brake arm and find the spot where I want it to go. But really, other than the pin, this is pretty easy.
So far.
So far. I probably shouldn't have jinxed it.
Yeah, we'll find something difficult.
One thing to note, and we thankfully caught it because I pulled up another video, is you got to make sure to use the stock bushing in there. So we put that in, put that piece on, and yeah, we're in a good spot here. Almost get this set.
So this one is 3.
Okay, that looks better. Can already see the different gap between the exhaust and the arm. I think that's going to be the setting. All right, we're just going to stage everything here before kind of doing final assembly. So you can already see here, and again, I'll do a kind of after, but you can see that brake pedal is already lower, which is nice. And the design of this is super nice, it's got some nice gripping here, but just, you know, not as big as the stock. It looks real nice.
Is that the... Yeah, it's like P54.
I think so. I didn't want to go super small, but I didn't want to have a big one. So I think that was like kind of like the middle size. Boom. Boom.
You can push down on it.
That's nice. So the nice part here is that you can see difference from before. There's just not, it's just way less of a movement, so you're going to get to that brake pedal quicker. You know, the stock one was up here, so it's nice to have the adjustment to get this lower. Nice. Brake pedal feels good. I think we're good to go. All right, so that's both the shift arms, heel toe shift arms, brake pedal. Randy's doing some final adjustments, tighten everything. Now that we know that it's in the right spot. So we're pretty good to go. Obviously I'm going to ride it home after this and check it out, and we'll see how that goes. But just sitting on it, it felt really good, and it felt nice to have that brake pedal lower. I think it's, you know, it just lets you get to it faster. It's smaller, so less in the way, even though there's less space between the pedal and my boot. It's smaller, so there's still enough room there. So really nice. I'm super happy with both. They both look good. I'll get some beauty shots to drop in here of both the heel toe shifter and the brake arm, brake pedal, and yeah, definitely need to, after Colorado, like I said, definitely have to get some different floorboards to kind of match it up to see if, I do like the Thrashin ones, but I got to look around and see what other ones are out there. I had some Arlen Ness ones on my last bike, which I really liked. I had some color matched ones, which actually I think they're color matched ones that I had in the would actually match the Whiskey Fire really good. But they ended up going with some different ones, different Arlen Ness ones. So I'm gonna look at theirs, see what other ones are around, and then do that after Colorado once I've shaved off some more millimeters of these ones in the Rocky Mountains. All right, now Randy is fixing my mistake where I stripped the bolt head, but we're gonna pop that cover off, put my new full tank adventure one on there, and now it's time for this bad boy. Go ahead. Looks good. Decided to do a full fluid change here before the trip in the next couple weeks, so I'm actually going to save the primary side. We're going to do that when we do the fluid changes. So just going to do the VVT cover, this cam sensor cover here, and see what that looks like. It looks sweet already. All right, cam sensor cover is on. Let's take a look. Nice. There we go. Looking good. Awesome. All right. Well, there we go. Heel toe shifter, adjustable brake pedal, the cam sensor cover, all set to go. Now I'm just going to go ride it home and test everything out. Should be good to go. It's going to be interesting, particularly with the brake pedal. Now that that's a little bit lower, I'm excited to try that out. But thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
There we go. Another successful visit to Randy's Corner. We'll be doing it again here in just a couple weeks. Like I said earlier, do fluid changes. We'll get the primary cover on. And then it's time for wheels up to Colorado and New Mexico this summer, which is going to be sick. So, all right, I'm going to jump on the bike, give these a test ride. Let's go. Did the test ride home, and everything was working awesome. The shifting side, the toe and heel worked great. I have plenty of room on the floorboard for me. The like normal size, the long size on both ends is perfect. Plenty of room. Super easy to shift. Looks great. And then the brake arm, also really nice. I appreciate how much lower it sits, and the smaller profile of the brake pedal. Not only does it look nice, super easy to use. I'm not lifting my foot as high to get to the brake, so definitely a quicker brake response. And I thought maybe there'd be a little less room for my toe, but riding, I didn't even think about it, and it was totally fine. So today was very successful. Super happy with the Thrashin adjustable brake arm and the heel toe shifting levers. So we're almost ready to get this bike on the road for the summer. Like I said, you got an oil change coming up. We're gonna throw that other primary cover on, and then that's kind of it. And then we got our big trip coming up, so can't wait. It's nice to have this sucker dialed in. I'm sure there'll be other things to do. Like I said, I'm eventually going to do different floorboards, maybe a few other things, some lighting, but she's dialed. So now I'll put some miles on, get my body in shape for a 3,500 mile trip, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. See ya.